over the years. Together, we're investigating the career and whereabouts of a people smuggler on the Interpol Most Wanted list. He uses lorries and boats. They call him Scorpion, the code name he gives himself and his gang. There was a point when it looked like Scorpion would be crushed. An international police operation rounded up more than 20 of his people. They would have arrested him, but he was somehow tipped off. He escaped, and although he was tried in his absence and sentenced to 10 years in prison, to the frustration of the police, he's on the run.
I think the longer term challenge is, even when he's sentenced in his absence, is to bring those people back to actually serve the sentence. That's the main focus, really.
So at the moment, Scorpion could be pretty much anywhere in the world. Or do you have an idea of where you think he might be?
I don't think so.
Bit of a nightmare situation, really, isn't it?
Do you think people like him are just sticking two fingers up at the law, though? You know, he's managed to skip out of the country, evade capture, and is living some kind of life, or maybe still even operating.
I think that's where we've got to reach further into other areas, whether it be political or otherwise, because certain aspects of it, these are things that law enforcement will be able to solve in their isolation.
What I'm doing, I'm talking to, at the moment, I'm talking to like 3 different contacts. Right, let's ring out now. Hey, are you there? Are you right? Yeah, I'm not, man. Can you talk?
We believe Scorpion's still operating because people who know him have told us that he so loves money and what he can buy with it that he's unlikely to stop.
He had the nice cars, nice house. He was even high, like, he had money always, $200,000 always under his bed, and small money, send it back, 50,000, 20,000, send it back home. That's what he thought he's gonna be trillionaire.
A trillionaire?
Yeah. I told him, enough. Stop.
Why do you think he didn't stop?
Greedy.
We're trying to get close to the workings of Scorpion in the hope of doing what the police haven't been able to do so far. Find him.
Something is going down tonight. He's come to in the morning, God knows what time. You can have it. The other thing is, they could be in there already.
In one night, he got £500,000 in one night.
These are organised crime groups that are basically running rampant across Europe, and they are causing deaths in the Channel. It is a little bit of a game of cat and mouse, except it's much more serious than that, and people's lives are at stake.
What is that? It's alright, don't worry, they're not going to hurt you. It's alright, come out. They're not going to hurt you, come out.
I'm Sue Mitchell, and this is To Catch a Scorpion from BBC Radio 4. Episode 3. Satisfaction Guaranteed. Right. It's late.
It's very late and I'm very tired.
And this is a last minute trip.
It's a very last minute trip. I mean, I've been awake now for about 36 hours.
It's already dark and I've just dropped everything to meet Robin Folkestone. We're about to board the Eurotunnel service to Calais in France.
When we climb up here, you need them.
Yeah. We jumped to it because out of the blue, Rob has had news from a contact. We can't say who. But since we started looking for Scorpion 4 weeks ago, word is out. We're getting leads from some of his enemies. Some are rivals in the migrant trade, and some are relatives of people he's harmed. The message is about a smuggling job that's happening tonight. It's alleged that it's linked to Scorpion.
I got a massive tip-off from a contact of mine in France about an exact location, a GPS location, in the middle of nowhere.
This tip-off comes in a WhatsApp message with a precise GPS location. Rob's Google mapped it and found an aerial image of a wooded area with a track running along the side.
And that's where we're going to now. We're going to go to that location because the source that gave me it, I know implicitly and I trust him a lot. Otherwise I wouldn't be driving down there now.
Yeah.
It's not like an official truck park. It's in the woods. It's in the middle of nowhere. So I think this intelligence that I've received from my map is absolutely bob on.
The message says it's a new location for collecting migrants and that some will be collected tonight. Rob's contact believes the Scorpion's behind it.
Not only that, I have got a picture of the wagon. There you go, look at that now. As you can see, it's got some sort of bathroom equipment in it.
Where did they hide in that? Look, it's all strapped up so the humans.
Well, they look like baths, don't they? So they can lay in the baths, they can lay in all sorts. But that is a triaxle vehicle, a long 42-foot trailer.
How many people do you think would be in there?
Well, you can actually probably get close to 50 in there. There won't be 50, but probably 5 or 6. Paying a lot of money to get in there. And I'm told it's going down in the early hours of tomorrow morning. So they will be loaded on that wagon in the early hours of tomorrow morning. Now, this is my question to you. Say we are there, right?
Yeah.
And we see it going down, and everything tells me that truck is going to either Dunkirk or Calais. We don't know which yet. Do we have a duty of care?
Absolutely. We'll phone the French police.
Right, okay, yeah. Okay.
I don't know what kind of vehicles these are, because some of it is really dangerous. The new pickup point is about 10 kilometres from the motorway, so handy for lorry drivers. And these drivers will be complicit. They'll be going there just to pick up migrants. The police say the Scorpion, real name Barzan Majid, runs one of the biggest networks in Europe of lorry drivers willing to transport illegal migrants for money. Many of these drivers are Romanian and Bulgarian. Scorpion's gang may have been damaged by the recent police operation, but if Rob's contact's right, he's building it up again.
A normal truck driver who gets caught with migrants in the back of his wagon because they've broken into his wagon or sneaked in there, that's a big problem for the road monarchy, isn't it? But there's also something called a guarantee. And a guarantee truck is when the driver is being paid an awful lot of money to allow migrants to sneak into the back of his truck or even to help them in the back of his truck, hide them, and then off they go. Now, these drivers take a much bigger risk. Thus, the truck driver is accepting a lot of money, in this case £12,000. I'm going to start the car now because we're going to the train. Yeah, handbrake on. Roger Mark, Roger Tom, Roger Dodger. What did I just say, Roger Mark?
We drive from Calais to the location of what we've been told could be one of Scorpion's new pickup points.
We have to be a little bit careful, but we're not seeing, because I don't want to scare them. I want to see them get into the truck. I want to see them. So we need to sort of like maybe park up about a kilometre away and walk.
The migrants are coming after midnight. We're in good time.
Now this is exactly where we are.
Rob thinks we should park a safe distance away so we're not seen or heard. He's ex-British Army, Transport Corps, so he's good at this stuff.
This is absolutely, look, that's the building I was looking at. Right, just follow me. We're in what looks like a tiny industrial estate with one or two buildings. It's pitch black, and there's two wagons parked. One has his motor running, and the one behind him.
That path in the pitch dark, checking what we're seeing against the Google satellite image on Rob's phone. The lorry with its lights on is in the image.
So, look at that building there. That building is that building, and that wagon is that wagon there.
It's amazing because it's like 2 in the morning. And what's he doing there?
He's waiting to pick up some passengers to go to the UK.
Listen behind us.
Give me charge.
Did you hear that? Did you hear?
I did.
Then we realise we're not alone hiding in these woods. Rob thinks straight away that it's the migrants. We're scared, but we don't want to scare them.
Alright, come out. Come out. What is it? It's alright, don't worry. They're not going to hurt you. They're not going to hurt you. Come out. Come and touch me. Come out. See him? Let's go. Go. The trees are gone. Water and nothing over here.
So we see some discarded water bottles. We think it could be the migrants, or maybe they're already waiting in the woods.
There's someone there. They've shot off into it. Fuckers. They've been sat here waiting, haven't they?
Those bottles are empty.
No, just stay over here where they can't see us. We just need to stay here for a while. Just watch what happens. I wonder if there's anyone in the back of that truck there, or if he's waiting for customers to come.
They might have heard us. Look, there's still shots on.
We just need to be sort of like inconspicuous, don't we? Really? Are you scared?
How are you?
Well, I'm apprehensive. I want something to happen. You see, actually, be careful with them, like, this is quite a bad news, right? Imagine what we're feeling now. This is what migrants trying to get in the backs of wagons, in wagon parks feel all the time. You know, nerves and all that, trying to get in. Something is going down tonight, but it could be, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, it's come 2 in the morning, or God knows what time it could happen. The other thing is, they could be in there already. I think what we should do is pull out, go up the road, come back and park at the other side.
We walk out of the woods back to our car and drive through the industrial estate to a different vantage point. This time we park up in a lay-by on a hill. There's a better view from here of both lorries, and we photograph them, zooming in on the plates. They're Romanian. We know a lot of the drivers Scorpion pays are Romanians.
You know what, something could happen at any time. We could be friends.
I fall asleep.
I'm being quiet because Sue's having a snooze in the passenger seat, but I see these, and I'm sure Sue does as well, we see these people as victims of human trafficking. I don't think any smuggler is a compassionate smuggler. They are in it only for money and to exploit as much money as they can out of desperate people. I'm going to stay here all night.
Rob wakes me up after he sees a car drive slowly past us and then circle back and drive slowly past us again.
Incoming. Is it over?
It's coming right towards us.
Yeah.
He's definitely upset, isn't he? Rob thinks the lorry driver with the lights on must have seen us. Maybe the driver's called someone to come and check us out. These are not the kind of people you'd want to talk to in the dead of night in a deserted place like this.
The car came in, but when I couldn't see where it went. And then the car came out about 5 minutes ago. It's probably walking up. But I didn't see how the walking was when it did coming in. So I'm going to see this wagon takes off in a minute. Hang on. Why is it circulating round? Noise is coming back out, isn't it? I think we should just pull out of here because we're freaking him out. We're following, yeah. Do you know what though? I'm going to stay way back. So I'm going to park here on this junction until he's out of my way. Right, I don't know where he's gone, but he's either gone south or north,
Yeah.
right? We are going north,
Yeah.
and let's just see if we can catch it to him. Right. Okay, I've got sight of him now.
Yeah.
So we're going to go north to Calais.
Yeah.
He's not going to be checking his minute, I think. Is that not so in that picture of falling?
Radio 4 on my trail. We drive back to Calais, and early in the morning I go into the police station just outside the port. to tell officers there what we saw and give them the location and the number plates of the lorry with the lights on that was parked up on that industrial estate. They're interested in what I have to say, but they can't commit to going out there. Not enough, no. You've got a few here, you've got about 10 people here. And you're just going round looking.
Yes.
The officers promised to alert the port authorities in Calais and at Dover to watch out for the truck. Well, I feel a bit like a policewoman sometimes doing our job. We're always watching and sort of, ourselves.
So, they are doing something, aren't they?
That's what he said to me.
Well, it'd be interesting to see if they have phoned ahead about that truck.
He said they will, that's what he was saying.
You can the details.
He said to me I should become a policewoman.
Did he?
Tell him that I fell asleep.
So, did you tell him that your colleague stayed awake for 5 hours and it's glued on the target while you slept?
After our nighttime stakeout, we have a few hours sleep, then join a long queue to board a ferry home. Bonjour. There were hundreds of lorries in the queue. We're on the lookout for the Romanian lorry that we saw, but there are so many, it's impossible. It's late when we arrive in Dover, and we carry on looking for the Romanian truck by driving past the holding area, where cars and trucks are directed by border guards if something seems amiss. This is it.
So you remember what the truck looked like, can't you?
Yeah, but no, I can remember exactly what we were.
We don't even know if it's been pulled. It's a long shot, isn't it? Ah, so that's where you get pulled in.
Yeah.
So we have to go all the way around, and then you
Yeah.
get pulled into that building there.
Oh, I see, yeah. So they go through here.
Yeah, they go through. We go through here. The truck would have gone down that side.
Isn't that it? Isn't that?
That's what you're looking at, isn't it?
Yeah. There.
Yeah, that's what you're looking at. I don't know, so the answer. I want it to be on its side. Ah, what was that in there? You see that in there?
I think it is.
That was parked up in, that was called off, did you see it?
Yeah, I did. So the truck we saw on the industrial estate in France was stopped and impounded. We see it cordoned off. A few days later, we get confirmation from the National Crime Agency that there were migrants in the truck and that the driver was arrested. So Rob's contact, who sent that satellite image, had been absolutely right. So perhaps he was also right that this was a Scorpion operation we'd seen and sabotaged. Martin Clark, who's leading the police investigation into Scorpion and his gang from the UK end, isn't surprised that the border authorities acted on our tip-off. He's seen so many cases where migrants suffocate locked in these lorries.
It's just horrendous, isn't it? Regardless of the scenario or whether there's any loss of life, you can't help but feel it, because people just don't deserve to be treated in that way and don't deserve to be put at risk when ultimately they're looking to move for a better life, and people are exploiting that vulnerability under the guise of providing a service to get you somewhere so you can start to live that life. But safety is not their priority. Care for the individuals is not their priority.
The lorries are safer than the small boats, but they're certainly not safe. For those with enough money, though, there is a better option. Not long after we got back from that Calais trip, a contact of Rob's introduces us to a wealthy Iranian who's been granted asylum in Britain. The Iranian tells us about a smuggling operation so brazen and corrupt that we'd never heard anything like it. It began when Scorpion undertook to smuggle him and his family out of the Calais camp, dealing with him in person because there was so much money involved. We've altered the man's voice to protect him.
When I was in the jungle, I heard about the name of the mountain too many times.
The man says that he got a phone call from Scorpion, who told him he was based in Turkey and coordinated his smuggling operations remotely using members of his gang. The Iranian man adds that Scorpion agreed to send a relative to the Calais camp to negotiate face-to-face. Looking at the Interpol Most Wanted poster with us, he believes the man who turned up wasn't a relative at all. but Scorpion